legal practitioner lawyer Martin Kpebu wakasa na eden no kai say nyina ebe kai a enche kra ana the constitutional review team the committee you know the report wa onom edifa the 1992 constitution in fact this is not the first time you set up a committee say omonko the Ghana constitution mu na omo en review. In fact they didn't have to take each single constitution, say constitution article 1 clause 1 and then they can article 2 clause this and then they can there be name previously no yama committee for ni bi aye ho adwuma enti sa report wa committees are atwam in the erstwhile administration, of course under the Akufo-Addo government no bibi sa esiye na ebaye no ene lawyers akukudamfo edi enkoma e de fefa constitutional review committee on report wa wonom e de baye no eho na eno na lawyer Martin Kpebu a legal practitioner already say nyina e kai a one office of the special prosecutor onom ewo ntawantawa kakra or say the office of the special prosecutor incompetent, therefore or submit a petition at the ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said that obesity the removal of Kisi Ajaben. Of course Ninano stemming from a brow making those series of allegations against Kisi Ajaben later this year. Now Kisi Ajaben and so a friend said, well, if these are the allegations are all here at the ATM and office here near Brana Yenyi ensembia no beboya with investigation enti okoye ene chese enkomodi diemu ano baba emu no ko ba se wakase tia yeso jani bia odi ni dwuma ene chese ye detain no ene ye ba ye Ghana fo esu mu twenesere ene abasa na enra on key points TV3 one of their political shoes lawyer Martin Kpebu wakan se bi na sema wakan se already His Excellency former John Addo-Thre Akufo-Addo Addo-D Addo-Gaga Addo show boy also one there he will take him on say lawyer Martin Kpebu say he will take you on opa no boto grawama oye dan he will take you on na o say obetimi ateki former president Nana Addo Akufo-Addo on there I just say Kisi Ajaben free office because oni ni nyina kanana edi enipa ya akwasa meeting proposal no de ama ne se onyini fi wono ono anwu an ode petition kwa akoma no se ekoba se ye hwe obi a obedi oman so pen nenuma odi e na anko yi a office of the special prosecutor e na edi sa adwuma no because excessive John Dramani ama aka ho asara da se the office of the special prosecutor anko a e na wo near law mo mfa no prosecutorial mandate say obetimi a prosecute individual enti se nipa kro ya wo de sa petition continue animu a na kire se enya de a ebekoyie enti wono de o say we read office of the special prosecutor act no a hono ba bi no the president has just 7 days to determine in law what they call prima facie say na be a obetimi akan 7 no enten so enti se ko ba se president so hwe se bi na se yenya nyina so bi ebetimi e de ayi Kisi Ajaben e de free office what dia enye he lawyer Martin Kpebu will take former president Akufo-Addo on because o se niam bi ko so wona ban ni mu a o na anya adwen na o ma Akufo-Addo Addo-Gaga Addo show boy emfa no huni na yenhia de kakra se woko the 1990 constitution mu a article 57 subsection 4 it talks about the presidential immunity. So mbe kai a nanse ya constitutional review team no the on report na eban na so wokọ constitution mu a the presidential immunity no say president bi ebedi oman no so na odi oman ni dream a oman no wo fie miensa pe say onom de beko aseni bia court na wo mo adi nasem na review committee no edon report ne buy no omo de sa enfie no ekọ 4 years well I think say a good say ohwe say president ya obedu o man no so na if you say you may be odi ye ankoye na ye man imfia bi na ye de ahwe say ye de ahwe ne niam anim say odi dwirim edidi o man na we betimi a prosecute na je say eye 4 years de ye na lawyer Martin Kpebu was say sesi ano former president Akufo-Addo ne 1 year atwam it is say the country has 2 years and he Martin Kpebu has just 2 years say obeteki eye Akufo-Addo adagaga and the show boy on if he say ono dey osusu say one ne cronies any na busua the family any ekenofrata there o mana so nkwa didi o say ki say da betra krom ha e ma Ken Oforiata former finance minister edwane edifigoma and you are not there he will take Akufo-Addo on key points ubiti eye SMBia legal practitioner lawyer Martin Kpebu.
You said, you promised us that you were going to take him on.
Yes.
You still have a 3-year period.
Yeah, now two years left. 1 year is gone.
Yes.
This is December. 2 years. Yes, hopefully, because you see, I mean, anybody knowing if you are pragmatic, I can take a Akufo-Addo on well when Kissi Ejabi is no longer special prosecutor. Kissi Ejabi is already showing that he's playing for them.
You're bringing conditions to the promise you made.
Yes, at that time, I didn't know Kissi Ejabi was going to play for Akufo-Addo. You saw how he started the SML
but you made the
investigation.
promise that you would, but there are other ways.
Yes, but I want the criminal one. But you see how Kissi Ejabi allowed Oforiata to flee before he started investigations. If I send Akufo-Addo's petition, that's the same thing.
No, but there are other ways to still.
Yes,
you can bring a civil action.
Yes, but I just hope.
Under Article 41.
Yes, but you know something? Thankfully, under Section 15 of the OSP Act, once I presented my petition, the president has 7 days to send it to the Chief Justice. The 7 days have elapsed. It elapsed on 17th of December because I presented it on 11th.
Okay.
The Chief Justice, also under Section 15 of the same law, has 30 days. After the 30 days, I pray that he will make a prima facie determination that Kissi must answer some of the charges. And once that is made, within 2 weeks, 14 days, they must set up a committee, and the committee must finish its work, like the way for the Poaman committee. They must finish within 90 days. So all I'm saying in one word is that in the next 4 to 5 months, if my petition works, Kissi Ejabi should be out. So when we get a better manager of the OSP, then I can put in my petition. Because
but then again, that's what I'm saying, that the promise that you made was not conditional. It was an unconditional
don't worry. In
promise
4 to 5 months,
that
we'll
you
get
said
to know.
you will take up and pursue
the case is there.
the former President Akufo-Addo.
Yes.
On matters of, as you
I've
allege,
not hidden
corruption.
it. I've not hidden. It's the case of Manasseh Azure's investigation, the 500 million, what do you call it, contract.
You are waiting for another special prosecutor.
Yes, because
until that is done, then what?
If we are just waiting for about 4 or 5 months to know whether Kissi
So if it doesn't happen, then what?
And then I have to review, but whichever way, at least, hopefully, there will be some reforms. Because even the president said the office should show relevance. So assuming Kissi doesn't even leave, I expect that in the middle of the road, there will be reforms. So that henceforth, when you send a petition to the office, Kissi Ejabi alone will not sit on it like what he did to the SML and allow the Oforiata to run away from this country. Okay. That won't happen again. Right. So that when I present my petition, we expect that under the new law, it will go to a committee. Kissi Ejabi sat on several petitions.
So that's all I needed from you. The people who are watching keep reminding me about that promise that you made.
And the case is there. Manasseh is alive. Manasseh is my witness. The fumigation contract.
So the countdown is on.
Yes. So in 4 to 5 months, we'll know.
Cases are the cases.
The money they've looted. Why has Oforiata fled? Why has he fled? If he was innocent, why wouldn't he sit here? Why would he stay in Ghana?
Is he the only person who is not in the country?
Let's put it all together.
So there's no way. 2028, I don't see MPP making any
that's your opinion.
Winning the elections. No, then it will suggest that we don't have human resources in Ghana. Abdullah can become president. Professor Bopin is here. How can we vote for NPP? Why would we vote for NPP in 2028? It's a no-brainer.
Martin, are you not there?
Yes, so I can also do it. Exactly. And so you can, provided you are not on the ticket of the NPP. So we are sitting here, we also can perform the job. So what would make me want to vote for Bawumia? 2028. No.
So you're still going with
Patrick Boama for 2032. not 2028. As for 2028, let's be realistic. That thing belongs to NDC. 1.7 million votes.
How do you say that this so confident?
So let's be scientific this way. Look, with JM having gotten close to, JM gave him Baumia a gap. Baumia asked for a gap. That the only thing left with is a gap. Let's give them a gap. And of course, JM gave him a gap, a very wide gap, about 1.7 million votes. Now, if you look at our electoral cycle and the way human beings, we are pragmatic. We are not idealistic. So in 4 years, unless the NDC government loots us far more than MPP looted, there's no chance that we'll vote MPP back in 4 years. No, unless the NDC loots well beyond Kennedy Apon's statement that MPP was looting like there was no tomorrow. So maybe they should be looting like there's no tomorrow to the highest degree, super looting.
Would that not be concerning that, we go into an election and our only measure of who is going to lead us is who has looted less?
Yes, because that's common sense. Because look, Mr. Okanse, every government comes and will do some programs in agric, right? Every government, like in the previous regime, they tried their planting for food and jobs, except that it wasn't revolutionary enough, like what this current administration is doing with Nkokon Kitinkiti. That's a Feed Ghana project, Feed Ghana, the research agenda, right? So the previous government wasn't as daring, wasn't as bold, wasn't as revolutionary as this current government, right? Go to education. The current government is continuing.
These policies have just started.
Yeah, right.
They have just started.
Yes, but this time, JM knows that if he dare not fail, he himself knows that no, there's no space for failure. So it must only be a win, right? So you look at the sense of urgency, the vigor, etc. You see that this administration is far more purpose than Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo came in with free SHS. But free SHS, yes, and I'm a lifelong ambassador of free SHS. It's laudable, but it wasn't far-reaching enough. Agriculture was a low-hanging fruit where they were supposed to ramp up. And actually, that was the message he brought. And that's one of the reasons I voted for him, that they were going to ramp up a revolutionary agriculture that would deliver jobs and jobs and jobs. And then they did the opposite, right? Yes, so, so the whole thing is that when we say the one who loots far less will be the one to win, it makes sense. In other words, that's the one who keeps the public purse. In Akufo-Addo's regime, we lost the public purse. It ended up in his pocket, he and his family.
But you said, you promised us that you were going to take him on.
Yes.
You still have a 3-year period.
Yeah, now 2 years left. 1 year is gone. Yes. This is December. 2 years. Yes, hopefully, because you see, anybody knowing if you are pragmatic, I can take Akufo-Addo on well when Kisi Ejabi is no longer special prosecutor.
Anyway, we know say MPP for so mo person mo sa aba ban bi mu dia omo to mo adwenem na nye 2028 enya na Ghana for na say ni nipa se yetena wo pa ema MPP for esa be bi yesu 2028 dia enya na ye ni enipa e okrom ha ne MPP for be ye o man yi apo man kro no kire se Akufo-Addo e ka say he will protect the public purse. Then so we ase no o say what the purse no ahye ni bottom enti one there. There is no way say MPP for say almost about baby in 2028. There be or say it is only when any NDC for so be your mind one make say at time just almost ya ma say omewia near eboro eye near MPP for ebewia o man no say enye sa de there is no way eye MPP abanya etwa mu nansan ya no ombetimi asan abedi oman Ghana so ebiem abusia Island TV Plus say ne the first time obeji bre say ne waji bre ti na wa subscribe channel no dia man na wa share video no like it na odo comment section so ato eho odo comment ato dia man say na be enya anytime we upload video bia no obenya bi ahye na wa share ma hofro so enya bi